Air travel was once a luxury that complemented the travel experience. Those days are in the past, with delays and weather hampering the ever-growing number of travelers flying is now something that draws complaints rather than compliments. Which airline is the biggest target for unhappy consumers? For a closer look, we're joined by Laura Murray, a consumer associate at the U.S. Public Interest Research Group in D.C. Laura, thank you very much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So the airline with the most complaints against it, that would be a tough competition to win because I think people do like to complain about airlines. Tell us, how did you conduct this survey and how did you work this out, and then who's the winner?
Sure. Well, we used information published monthly by the Department of Transportation. They collect consumer complaints about foreign and domestic airlines. We focused on the U.S. airlines. From 2009 to 2013 to see who gets the most complaints for their size, and there's a clear winner.
And we've got it. We got the clear winner is Spirit Airlines. The others in the running were Frontier, United, and American. Spirit is well known as the budget airline. What were the top complaints across all the airlines? And this isn't limited to one airline, to Spirit, which was the clear winner. What are the big complaints?
The biggest set of complaints for every single airline every year, with I think one exception for Alaska Airlines actually, were about flight problems like delays, cancellations, and missed connections.
Now, one of the things here is we've got a security issue when flying on a plane, and you need to be secure, and you need to be checked out by the security personnel, and you need to get on, and you need to follow the rules. And to what extent is that part of this? Has this gotten worse because of that? Is that part of the problem now?
Well, the Department of Transportation tracks reasons for delays, as well as how on time certain airlines are. And so there are a number of delays, of course, for the weather. There are delays for security, long security lines in the airport. But there are also sets of delays that are within the airline's control, issues with staffing, issues with their system that they can address.
Okay. Now, Spirit, which was the clear winner or the clear loser in this, depending on which way you look at it, does have a response. So they say many of the Department of Transport complaints about Spirit are driven by our customers not fully understanding that we offer unbundled fares that let them control how much they spend. And I guess part of that would be, look, you're getting a discount service. Understand that. Don't expect all the frills. What they're saying, though, doesn't match with the delays. So the delays aren't part of it being a frillless service.
No. And it's frustrating to have Spirit quickly blame the consumer when such a huge majority of your customers are clearly frustrated and confused, don't understand your policies. There's a lot you can improve on your end as well.
Yeah. Now, one of the things here is that maybe I'm thinking, to be fair to Spirit, is that when you get frustrated about something like the lack of frilly service that maybe you didn't expect, maybe you weren't informed about, maybe you were informed about it, that you just pick on something else. The moment that the plane is just a moment late, then you're like, oh, well, this is awful, and now whereas if you're on another airline, you're tanked up with champagne, maybe you just forget all your worries. Is that a reasonable thought?
That could be part of it. For example, Southwest Airlines is consistently the least likely to generate complaints every single year. They're not necessarily the most on-time airline, but if people feel like they're getting value with their service, they are less likely to complain. For example, with Southwest, your bags fly free. They have generally better customer service, so they're dealing with things on their end rather than letting people get frustrated constantly and be complaining to the Department of Transportation.
Okay. Interesting thing. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about this. Thank you very much. Laura Murray, Consumer Associate at the U.S. Public Interest Research Group in D.C. We appreciate your time.